If you've been wondering what the secret to success in real estate is, more than anything, I could point you to these two things: networking and referrals. And these two items will unlock leads, not just for yourself, but for real estate agents around the globe. And you could be paid for that if you have a Florida real estate license. So we're going to be talking today about the magic of referrals, whether those referrals are coming from past clients, future clients, current clients, or just friends or family, or a more custom-tailored network of professionals that you're connecting with. Because at the end of the day, you can't sell real estate for every transaction, for every person around the world. You're no Santa Claus. There's no way you could do that all. So how do you profit off of that? Well, by the connections, because the referrals are, again, a gateway to be able to leverage your license with having to do very little, if any, work really, to be able to secure maybe 20, 25, 30. I've even signed one for 50% of the commission, a referral agreement. So we're going to talk more about referrals today, so stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and head over to the board and really talk more first and foremost about networking. So as a real estate agent, really any business person, you need to be able to generate leads. You need to be able to generate business. And when you're starting out, figuring out what is that magnet that pulls in the people so you could put them into your system that's going to be able to convert that person into a commission. Now, this could sound kind of cold and that maybe you're just in this for the money, and that's not what I'm saying here, but we are talking about the money today. Look, real estate can be extremely rewarding and extremely enjoyable, and when I say rewarding, I don't just mean in terms of money that you're able to generate, but from people you're able to help, from people you're able to serve. When you're able to provide knowledge, advice, expertise, negotiations, and so much that you bring to the table as a real estate professional, that is why this can be extremely lucrative, because when you solve people's problems, that is what generates money. But the problem for you as a new agent, or even if you're not brand new, but you've never really actively, consciously worked on building out a network for yourself, it could seem like you're constantly having to pull in new clients. And if you've seen some of my videos in the past, we've been talking about this for years. So you can find this on the YouTube, back through all the videos at tampaschoolofrealestate.com. We've got tons of information on this here. But let's take a look at this target here. And think of this as your sphere of influence. So here you are in the middle of this sphere. And as you radiate outwards from this sphere, you go from people who are close to you to people who are just simply acquaintances. We're going to just say no, because that's a lot easier to spell than acquaintance. People that you know versus people that you're close with. And so over here, we're talking family, close friends, people maybe that you might take vacations with, trips with, the people that you're super close with. And then beyond that, you might have people that, let's say, your extended family, the friends that you have that you don't really hang out with anymore, but maybe there's like some common, event, club, something where you kind of know them, but they're not people that like you hang out with as much. Everybody should have some level of this sphere of influence here. And now beyond that, you might have, and this isn't a one-size-fits-all, because coworkers, you maybe have some really close coworkers, but then who are the coworkers who are just coworkers and are not necessarily that family-friend type of dynamic? And then beyond that, you might have people that you just associate with, and this could be through clubs, church, or whatever religious type of gathering, just hangouts, places that you might find yourself in that other people are in. That's going to be the furthest out on your sphere of influence. And really the only way to expand this further is to put yourself in more situations like this. And that might give somebody social anxiety. What do you mean I got to join more clubs and more churches and find more places to hang out just to be able to get clients? And that's where going back to like this, it could seem like a constant, endless cycle of trying to pull people in if you're only focused on feeding yourself. Because you can only grow your sphere of influence so big. But here's the thing. Everybody that you know has their own sphere of influence. They have their own groups of people. And when you're able to now tap into that, to tap into other people's spheres of influence through your mutual connections, that's where you really start to unlock something powerful. Now, you might know people all over the world, let's say. Maybe all over America. Let's say this is the United States here. Roughly speaking, you got Florida down here. A little bit, yeah, kind of. I'm not going to win any awards for that map there, but you get the idea. Northeast probably needs to be a little bit bigger than that. We're probably leaving out a little bit of Michigan there and all that. It's been a while since I've had to do a mental map. I know if kids are still having to do those back in the day. We'll just pretend something like that up there. And there we go. We got America, roughly speaking. And so you could tap into, people that are moving to Florida, people that are moving out of Florida. It doesn't matter where they're moving. The fact is that they're moving. And that if you know somebody there, they could refer that business to you if, let's say, they are moving to Tampa. Or maybe they talk to you and they say, yeah, I need to sell my home back in Chicago. So your ability to make connections with other real estate professionals, as I said earlier, is worth somewhere in the ballpark of 20, 25, 30, 35%. It's negotiable. You negotiate what the referral fee is for a per transaction basis or on an ongoing basis. That's really up to you of how you want to set this up and who will agree to it, who you could add to your network. And this could go worldwide beyond just people here in the United States. As long as you're not violating any local laws or regulations, I've yet to find any. As long as you have your Florida real estate license, we'll say Florida's like over here somewhere, and you've got your Florida real estate license here, you could refer business all over the world. Wherever people want to buy real estate, you could make that connection. And then those same people could send business back to you. Hey, I've got somebody that wants to buy something in Tampa, in Orlando, in Jacksonville, in Miami, and wherever it is that you're coming from. And now that sphere of influence comes back to you. And so you can see here, if you're just focused on your own sphere of influence, if you're just focused on getting outside of the people that are close to you, to who do you just know in general to find business, that will work. But you're not necessarily multiplying your efforts. Here, it's like addition that you're playing here. You're just trying to add more people to your sphere. If you're just adding this one person, so let's say you meet somebody, you meet this person at a coffee shop, and maybe they don't need to buy real estate right now. But what if they knew somebody who needed to buy real estate? So you could solicit referrals from just everyday people in that sense, but the problem there is you can't pay them unless they have a real estate license. Now, when you start focusing more on how do I build a network of real estate professionals, now all of these people, now granted, they're in there to find business for themselves as well. They've got to feed themselves, their family, accomplish their goals and dreams. But again, the reality sets in that we cannot be everyone's everything. We cannot be the one-size-fits-all real estate agent for the entire world. It's ridiculous to think that, okay, maybe you could handle within Florida, but does it make sense to drive 3-4 hours for a listing in Miami? What if you got a last-minute showing? Oh, sorry, I'll be there in 4 hours to come let you in. You're not just down the street. Maybe you've got a helicopter, and maybe at that point it's a little bit more feasible. But otherwise, maybe just have an agent that you could refer business back and forth to. And again, you could have those agreements throughout the country and throughout the world. And that's where it starts to get really powerful, because now you're tapping into a much larger sphere of influence. You're now playing the game of multiplication instead of addition. So my question for you is, how do you establish a network of real estate professionals? Well, here's our plug for this year. We actually host an event regularly called the Florida Real Estate Career Fair. And this is a real estate networking event. You can see some of the photos here from some of our past events our past Florida real estate career fairs. We've got one coming up March 22nd, 2025. That is the next Florida Real Estate Career Fair, March 22nd, 2025, right here in New Tampa. It's going to be our biggest career fair yet. So that is a great place to start for building your network. You could register for that event right now that's happening in New Tampa on Saturday, March 22nd at FloridaRealEstateCareerFair.com. You're just going to put in your name, email, and phone number at FloridaRealEstateCareerFair.com, and we'll have you on the list for that in New Tampa, March 22nd. Whether you're flying in from out of state because you want to meet people here in Tampa so you have people to refer business to and they could refer it back to you. There's so many opportunities for this, but this is one that we've teed up for you. It's a free event. You don't have to be paid to join into this or anything like that. It's designed to showcase to everyone the opportunities that are available, whether that is an opportunity from someone that you meet that you could exchange leads with, or maybe that's an opportunity in terms of joining a particular brokerage that maybe even provides leads. There's tons of lead services out there. There is no shortage of leads. But if you're just simply focused on leads, that could be a never-ending cycle. Whereas when you start to build a system for generating leads, and that system, part of it could be a network of real estate agents all over the world who might have somebody to refer business to you in Tampa. And maybe you offer a premium referral fee because you want to take care of your partners that are referring you business, your referral partners. So maybe you offer a higher referral fee to be able to stand out from the other agents that are maybe only willing to 20-25%. Maybe you're willing to pay out 35-40% in exchange for a referral. Maybe you just provide such a good service, and that's why people want to refer business to you. Whatever the reason may be, your destiny can be yours for the taking. Your future awaits, but you got to take action on it. So if you don't yet have a real estate license, that's where we come in, because as I mentioned before, you do need to have a real estate license in order to legally, not illegally, but to legally earn referral fees. You have to have an active real estate license, and it must be activated with a brokerage, either a referral brokerage, which is going to have no board fees, no realtor dues, no MLS dues, that type of thing. So very low cost, low maintenance way to hold your real estate license is sort of a referral brokerage. Or if you want to actually be able to practice real estate as well as doing referrals, that's where you'd want to join a full service real estate brokerage. But again, the thing is, if you don't yet have a real estate license, you need to talk to us first. Or maybe come out to the career fair first, because maybe you're like, I don't know if this guy on the internet here is really, what he's saying is true. Is it authentic? Are there really people? And here we've got pictures, but don't even just trust the pictures. Come down for yourself on March 22nd here in New Tampa. Make sure you're registered, because we do have limited registration for this. There are some freebies that you'll get for registering in advance, so make sure you're registered, FloridaRealEstateCareerFair.com, and come find these opportunities. Come meet people that have been in your shoes in the past, that have gotten their real estate license, who have gone on to build their dream real estate career. And maybe they're not at the dream stage yet, but they're well on their way, especially if they're coming out to the career fair. That's a very active thing to do. You don't just wake up and you're at the career fair. It's something you got to sign up for. You get in your car, you drive to it, but we make it easy because it's free. We're going to have free food and drinks, and we're going to have opportunities that could pay you dividends significantly greater than the free food and drinks. So come on down, find about it. There's no obligation, again, no cost. It's all here just so we could share this information. And if it doesn't make sense for you, no problem. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, maybe meet some people, maybe something else will make sense. But chances are, if you're interested in a real estate career, you're going to find some really exciting things at the career fair. And, you know, maybe you are looking for the broker to join with your real estate license. Maybe you're already licensed, you're trying to figure out who it is. That broker might be at the career fair. Maybe they're not, but I promise you this. Whether you do find or do not find your dream broker at the career fair, you're going to understand a lot greater the opportunities that are out there, what offerings are out there, and what better questions you could ask as you zero in on some of the other brokers that are also going to be trying to recruit you. Because we're not going to have all the brokers trying to recruit you at the career fair. We don't have a room big enough for that. There's so many different brokerages out there, and when you have a real estate license, there's a lot of people interested in having you join them with that real estate license. So find out about a handful of those opportunities at this next career fair. If you are a broker or a real estate team leader, a title company, a lender, and you want to inquire about becoming a sponsor and being part of this next career fair, reach out to our advisors here. We also have some information on that available on the website. But any questions you have, whether that's questions about a real estate career, about getting licensed, about the career fair, about anything we can answer, call us up, 813-333-2676. And if you're ready to get signed up for a class, you can do that online at TSRE.us. That's TSRE.us. So look, that's about all the time we've got for today. I hope this episode has opened your eyes to a better way of trying to grow your real estate business. Don't stop trying to track down leads for yourself. Of course, you always want to do that, but don't forget about the bigger picture. Don't forget about actually building systems to where you don't have to constantly be chasing down leads. So you get to a point to where those leads are flowing to you because you establish a referral network large enough, then it really is just a question of how many agents around the world do you need to have a constant, steady flow of business. And the great part about this is the referral fees. These are not something you're paying in advance. This is not like these services where you pay for a website or pay for leads or pay for some sort of something. You're paying once a deal closes. So you make the agreement of what the percentage will be in advance before you make the referral, but then nobody gets paid until there's a commission. Until there's a closing, until there's a commission, and then at that point, that's where a percentage of your commission, whatever it is you agreed to, goes to that referring agent, to their brokerage, who then pays that out through them. So if you have any questions on that or about starting a real estate career, again, that phone number is 813-333-2676, or you can find tons of great information online at tsre.us. That's about all the time we've got for today. So again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you this Friday for State of Real Estate.
The most powerful tool to study for your real estate exam is the Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate. We've used our years of experience in preparing students for the Florida real estate exam to bring you the most powerful exam study tool available. In the Question Simulator, you'll be able to go directly to a particular unit so you can focus on the sections where you need the most practice. We have also included the percentages of each unit so you know which units are the most important for your real estate exam. Every question will immediately give you detailed feedback, which is almost always more important than the question or the answer themselves. After completing all the questions in a particular unit, you can go through question by question and review any that you've gotten wrong. You could also print out a report at the end of each quiz. The Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate is 100% mobile compatible, so you can practice with test questions anywhere you have your phone with you. Enroll now at questionsimulator.com and get ready to pass your exam.